What does it mean to live a meaningful life when you don't have religion telling you what your purpose is? For a long time, I thought it had to be something big, like some sort of big career success or some sort of grand calling that you feel in your bones. But lately, I've been looking for it in smaller things, like in conversations with friends or in just being outside. So today, I want to talk to my mom about this. Because not only was she a secular chaplain, but she's also the person I go to when I start to overthink everything. So, welcome, Mom.
Hello. It's so interesting. I have seen so many people begin to find meaning in the everyday things that you mentioned. Things like relationships with family members, with friends, with community members, things like being in nature and really finding meaning out in the world, the natural world. Things like taking care of pets, taking care of people in need in their community. These are all everyday ways that I'm sensing people are finding me. It is in these small daily moments that real connection and purpose and meaning is being found. And I think that is different from maybe a generation ago where maybe purpose was more found in the external or the supernatural, religious things maybe. And so it's interesting that these daily, everyday moments of meaning are really more about connecting with each other, connecting with our world, connecting, with animals. These are all things that we can all access in our daily life. So to me, it's even more wonderful because it allows us to find meaning and not have to search for it in such enormous ways, but we can discover it right there in front of us.
You know, Mom, I love what you said about not having to search because I think that's very empowering, actually. The idea that meaning is something that you can find and discover with what you already have. Meaning isn't about seeking something you don't yet have, it can be found in caring for your pets, like you said, or going outside, or talking with a friend, all these things that we have access to right now. We don't need to go out and search for our cosmic purpose or yearn for something like one day we will be somebody that matters. It can be right now. And I love that point. It makes me feel it's a lot more empowering, that perspective.
Another thing that does is it really takes the pressure off of us. We don't have to solve some giant meaning puzzle out there. It really gives us permission to find what makes sense and gives us meaning today. What gives us the meaning and purpose for this day may look very different tomorrow. So if I find meaning in spending time with my pets and taking my dog for a walk, it brings meaning for me today. Tomorrow, the meaning may be found when I take a neighbor to lunch and spend some time hearing about her day. So it really does remove us from the intense pressure of having to have everything figured out for all time. And it allows us to stay more present in these small moments that really do matter right here in this moment.
Yes, that is feels so relevant for right now too, Mom, because a lot of being in your 20s, that post college time or just that early adulthood time is that feeling of what am I doing with my life? I need to have it figured out. And so whether it just be your next career step or whether it's like what is my purpose on this earth? Taking the pressure off just sounds like a relief and something that we could all do, honestly, at any stage of life. Just to feel like focus on what matters right now and know that you don't have to have it all figured out. Another thing that you got me thinking about, Mom, is how a lot of times in early adulthood, in your 20s, it can feel like a very isolating, self focused time. It seems like you spend a lot of time in your head, um, kind of focus on the self. But this type of meaning where you can find it in the world around you makes you engage more with the world. So it makes you reach out to people. It makes you think about the impact that you can have on the world. It has you seeking connections with other people, which can really be an antidote to a lot of the self centeredness that I think is very easy to fall into at my age.
That's true. Thinking about meaning in this way really can, in a lot of ways, make you feel less isolated because you are seeking the connection and, where is that meaning for this moment in this day? And how am I connecting with my world, the world around me? And so it really can make us feel less focused on the self and more focused in connecting with the world and with people that are around us in our daily lives.
And I kind of want to highlight something you've said throughout, Mom, which is that meaning might be impermanent, and that's okay. We've talked about how it's something that you find on a day to day basis and it might change from day to day, and that's okay. And it feels like a relief because when I think of the idea of a cosmic purpose, it seems like something that once you find, that's it. It's pretty static. That's your purpose, that's your calling. And it doesn't leave a lot of wiggle room or flexibility for maybe your calling changes, maybe your passions and your interests change, maybe your life changes directions. And it allows for growth to open the idea of changing meaning, allows us humans to evolve, as we do throughout our lives. And yeah, it's a lot more flexible.
And just for reassurance, know that you do not have to have it all figured out. Really, none of us do. We humans are a meaning seeking bunch. And so we are kind of constantly looking for things that matter and give us purpose and give us meaning. So it really is just the work of a lifetime. And we humans are just about that work and about seeking that meaning in really new ways as we go along life.
Thank you so much, Mom. And to those watching, I'd love to know where you're finding meaning lately. Please leave a comment. My name is Michelle. That was my mom, Ashley. And thank you for joining us for Secular Sunday. We'll connect again soon.